Welcome to the webinar, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We are glad to have you here today for our quarterly partner pulse. We have everyone on mute right now. And once we get started, we have a chat bot. So feel free to open up the chat box over on the right-hand side. Ask any questions that you may have. The IRONSCALES team is here to help. We're glad to have you join us today. We've got a great agenda. Excited to talk about Phishing 3.0 with you and the preemptive security landscape. We're also going to hear some exciting product roadmap updates, and then also make sure that you have access to collateral to help you win more business, to help enable you on the IRONSCALES platform. And lastly, like I mentioned, that chat box is open for you to ask any questions that you may have. As always, our partner team is here and ready to help. But again, thank you for joining us. We will be recording this session and sending it out to you afterwards. Without further ado, I'd love to jump into our Phishing 3.0 landscape and preemptive security. So I'm going to hand it over to my colleague, James Savard. James, feel free to take it away.
All right. Thanks, Jenna. Welcome, everyone. Happy to have you here on the Partner Pulse this morning. We wanted to dive in. We've emphasized this narrative a good deal over the course of the past year. So Phishing 3.0, what is it, right? Just to reemphasize for anyone who's joining us for the first time today, we've got waves of how we have been really battling phishing within the market. We've got Phishing 1.0, which is essentially going through and detecting for bad content. Most of the solutions out there prior, with Microsoft, Barracuda, Mimecast, all of these segs were pretty good at defending against this. Now, if we move on here, we actually have Phishing 2.0, which is a narrative that we have been talking to for a good long while here at IRONSCALES. So what is Phishing 2.0? Bad intent as well. This is social engineering attacks. This is threat actors using sophisticated language, stressing urgency, really compromising other accounts and using the tools that they have at their disposal in a way that we haven't seen before. Gen AI is a big force multiplier of this, and we've seen the effects. Now, what we're going to be talking about today is this Phishing 3.0 narrative. And what this is getting into the altered video, deep fakes, voice, as well as content. And we're seeing these crop up more and more on a much larger scope today. And so IRONSCALES is really stepping in to help our customers and our partners combat this attack today. And here at the top, just real quick, this is an important aspect. The shift here from blocking attacks, so primarily being in a defensive stance, compared to DNR in the middle, which, SI, everyone has heard detect and respond more times than I can fathom at this point, but really shifting over to this preemptive security model. So we are preparing for the attacks that have yet to happen. And this is going to be a big story that we talk about here in the next couple slides. You can move on here, Jenna. Okay, this is a good slide for putting into context what the damage is really, what we're talking about when we speak to deepfake attacks. To put it in perspective, I think a good kind of bar to set here, we look at traditional business email compromise attacks. $50,000 of damage on average. So Verizon DBR are reported here in 2024. So that's obviously a staggering amount of number. No one really wants to face that. But if we're looking into the amount of damage that has been reported on average for deepfake attacks, we conducted a study here in 2025, and our threat report showed that it is on average 5 times more costly with the deepfake attacks that we're seeing today than this traditional BEC attack. Now, if you look on the left, we've also got more insights into how often these are actually taking place. 85% of organizations experienced a deepfake related attack in the past year. That's a 10% year over year increase. 55% reported financial losses, average of 280,000. 5% had more than $1 million in damages. These numbers are obviously staggering. They were to me, I know that much. But we're going to talk a little bit more about how we can help combat this. And just to emphasize the point a little bit more here, from a board level, right? We all answer to someone. The question at the end of the day is, how am I going to really request and get funds for something like this? You know, we all have the common security constraints and controls in place, whether that's EDR, MDR, or you name it. Deepfake protection is something that boards are going to be asking about more and more. 80% of the boards that we have that we surveyed in this study that we did last year, 80% of these boards requested a deepfake risk briefing in the past 12 months. 71% of security leaders are now ranking this as a priority moving into the next year. Now, here's the really scary number on this slide. 37% are actually only investing in something around this. Most people are trying to figure it out, still getting a pulse on it, and figuring out what can I do to combat against this deepfake attack. So at IRONSCALES, we're helping our customers really protect against deepfake protection. With our deepfake protection, we are providing our customers a way to go through, detect altered content, and any kind of social engineered attacks that are taking place on the end user here. So what we're offering in the market today is anytime someone joins a call, anytime someone is on a Teams meeting, we'll stop, we'll ensure that that individual is who they say they are, with real-time visual analysis, going through, monitoring the video feed, determining whether or not this individual is looking suspicious. So we're checking for any kind of altered content. We are also going to provide an instant alert if we detect any kind of altered media or anything along those lines. You'll see an alert whenever someone joins a meeting. Participant in the meeting is using deepfake technology to impersonate someone. Basically stop, pause, hold until we figure it out. And then on top of this, we don't require you to load up any videos, any images, or anything along those lines. This is not an autonomous solution. We are going to go through and proactively scan whether or not there's any kind of visual alteration taking place on the back end. So that concludes the portion of the conversation today that I wanted to talk about deepfake protection. Now, we are also digging into something else at IRONSCALES that I'm really excited to talk with you about. The slide that we went through with the phishing 3.0 landscape, we talked a little bit about preemptive security and what that means. Now, this is a bottom-up slide here. Everything that you see on the bottom is stuff that we've talked to in the past. So our adaptive AI, right? Gen AI, machine learning, natural language understanding, processing, behavior analysis, all of these things feeding into the human in the loop approach as well. So we believe in the AI plus HI approach. We also have community intelligence, 30,000 plus analysts, 17,000 organizations, spot checking that AI and making sure that we're sharpening it and improving our detection day in and day out. The current platform capabilities, I'm not going to rattle all these off. They're things that you know, and the reason why you trust us with your email security. Now, what's coming tomorrow is what I want to speak to on this slide. We have been investing in agentic capabilities on our end. These 3 agents are what we're working on here throughout the course of the next few months. You're going to learn more about it. We have created a red teaming agent. So adversarial modeling, what this means, we are going to be hardening, reinforcing your email security environment by launching new attacks at it. We're going to be improving, basically fighting fire with fire, for your email environment, sending out different kind of coordinated attacks and trying to find gaps in which your AI might not be catching on, or maybe not ready for an onslaught. Maybe you're getting ready for a major event, whether that's an IPO or a massive hiring wave or something along those lines. The next thing that we're working on here, the phishing SOC agent. This is going to be your level 2 analyst on demand. What the phishing SOC agent does, and we can dive into this a little bit more on this next slide that we have, but this is going to provide all kinds of background for the unclassified incidents within your portal. It is at the click of a button. You have research on demand. You're able to hop in, get all the answers that you need, and make informed decisions whenever you run into an unclassified incident. And then this last one, the phishing simulation agent, going through using OSINT data to really fuel and inform your posture around attacks that are facing your specific vertical. So let's take healthcare, for example. If someone's launching a coordinated string of attacks against a healthcare hospital organization, they're looking to compromise HIPAA data. They are looking to, try and exploit your staff, your clinicians, in a way in which they can fish out data. We're creating this simulation agent to protect against the things that are taking place so that you have everything that you need to stay ahead of these kinds of threats, and that your email security is as informed as possible against what's facing your vertical. So this last one here, and we can click play on this. This is going to be the phishing SOC agent. And I'll walk you through this as we kind of run through the demo here. So here we're in the incident portal. You can see on the right side, this is an unclassified incident. What you can see after you run the deep research with our phishing SOC agent, you can go through, you can pull up what our agent has found with deep research. So it's going through, it's checking the IP addresses, it's looking up the DNS, it's conducting internet searches, saying that, basically verifying they are who they say they are. And it's providing a brief report out to your level 2 analysts so that their lives are as easy as possible when it comes to determining whether or not this is a malicious or not malicious attack. We know unclassified incidents are a pain. This is our way of lightening the load on your IT team so that you don't have to spend all day getting unburied in your unclassified incidents when they do take place. So this is just one step in the right direction on improving efficiency and making sure that you all have everything that you need to make the right verdict whenever it comes to incidents that are in that gray area. All right, with that, I will pass it off to Shai. Thank you all.
Hello, everyone. Thanks, James. Thanks, Jenna. You made it a lot easier for me after all that presentation before. So let's dive into the deepfake. First of all, my name is Shai. I'm the deepfake product manager here at IRONSCALES, and I would love to show you what we have today. So first of all, the deepfake protection, our first mission is to prevent impersonation deepfake attacks on your organization, and who we're actually protecting you from or against, I would say. These are external participants that are impersonating executives, finance leadership, board members, partners, you name it. Our goal is actually to make sure that those people stay out of the organization. Once they go live in the call with one of your employees, our system would be able to use similarity vectors in order to understand who's the attacker and immediately alert and also send an alert to the SOC agents or SOC admins in your company. Let's move to the next one, please. So how it works, basically what we're doing every time is once the customer is onboarded to the system, we'll create audio similarity profiles and visual profiles. Both of them are vectorial profiles, which means that no one can take this profile and re-engineer it into a photo or an audio. It keeps the organizations safe. So, as I said, we have the real-time audio similarity detection, the real-time visual similarity detection. Alongside that, we added AI trace detection, which helps us to enrich our system. And also, very important thing is that the onboarding is completely seamless. The auto learning happens once you're onboarded, and as long as people are joining calls, we'll be able to learn them seamlessly and automatically. That's it.
Thank you, Shai. I'm going to hand it over to Stav.
Hello, everyone. So I'll go back to the phishing SOC agent and talk a little bit more about that. I don't want to repeat on the things that James already showed you and explained, but I will first of all give you a glimpse of how the new UI that we're working on will appear in the system, so you can see that it's more structured to show you the actual final deep investigation result that the phishing agent provides once it finishes the investigation. The amazing thing here is that the agent works autonomously. It means that, yes, you need to trigger it now. In the future, we will also make it automatic. But once you trigger it, the agent reviews the specific incident that you are now looking at, and it prepares a plan that is unique for it. It means that every incident works differently. You can see exactly what happens, what are the actions that are taken, what did it search, what did it found, and you see any insight that appears through the investigation during its working. But what's amazing is that you don't really need to stay on the screen. You can if you want, but you don't really need to. You can just trigger it, continue with your day, move to any of your other tasks that you have. And once the investigation is completed, you will just be notified, so you can come back, view the full report. As you can see it now, you have the key points, what is most important about this report. If you want, you can drill down to see any of the different analysis details that happened. Make your decision, get to the point that you know what you want to do, perform it, and just continue with your day. As I said before, in the near future, what we're planning is that we want to allow you to actually trigger it automatically, meaning to say, okay, those are the specific rules that I want this phishing SOC agent to work on and investigate and perform this deep investigation for you. And you could just set it up and make it work for you, make your life way easier, way faster. And that's it. It's very exciting. We're very excited about it. And I will pass it over to Ori to continue talking about the new stuff that we're working on.
Thank you, Stav. Ori, you ready? Ori, we can't hear you yet. All right. Derek, if you're on, why don't we jump to competitive intel? If we get Ori back, we'll let him hop on and share his few slides. Are you able to come off mute, Derek?
I sure am. Is it coming through?
I can hear you. Yep.
Perfect. Sounds good. Yeah, so I guess I wanted to kind of give you a little bit of a competitive intelligence here. My role is I'm the channel account manager for EMEA. And I think there's a couple of really interesting things that I wanted to highlight. First is our 90-day health check scan back, which I think is the best tool to go up against any competitive information that's happening or any competitive challenges. Specifically, what we love to do is if we can run a POV when we're in front of a customer, and if we go back 90 days on a Microsoft platform, we can scan in silent mode of what they've got already. And what this ends up saying is it highlights all the fish that are filtering through from what their present situation is. So this puts us in a fantastic position to have it just data centric. And you know what? 90% of the time, fish are filtering through all the time, and we've got a great story. And when we're highlighting that there's competitive products that are out there, and we are rising above alone because our product is fantastic, the customer is almost always saying, let's keep this conversation going. So I wanted to say the best tool we have that we can work with you is this 90-day scan back. It is absolutely fantastic, and it's free as well to run. The other thing I wanted to highlight is we've got access to battle cards. So if you wanted to reach out to your account manager, whether it's myself or Bree, or even the salespeople, we would love to be able to enable your teams. We've got, at your fingertips, amazing battle cards written, and I've got a little picture here on how simple it is to see whether it's Mimecast, abnormal, whatever it is, what our strengths are and what works really well against them. We love these tools right here. So they're at your fingertips as well. The other thing I wanted to highlight, I'm actually in South Africa this week, meeting with a number of key partners right now that are really loyal, long-term Mimecast users. And you know what I'm finding? It's really interesting, specifically around the Mimecast story, is that there's some really low-hanging fruit right now. So if you've got customers that are using Mimecast and the renewals are up, I think IRONSCALES is the absolute fantastic solution to be able to go and have those conversations. We do a great job. If you can put us in with this 90-day scan back, and they're running in a Microsoft or a Mimecast environment right now, we're going to be able to either replace that, pull and replace, or go in there and augment the seg that they've got right now and enhance their security options. So from a competitive standpoint, I think our product is top shelf. But not only is that coming from me, it's our 90-day scan back tool, the health check, absolutely proves it and makes it all data centric. So that's from a competitive standpoint, what's working really well. Jenna, if you can go to the next slide, I touched a little bit on the 90-day scan back. Now, this tool it's a game changer. And when I'm going into talking to partners and the sales team for the partners, they're blown away because it is so simple to be able to run. And that's an ongoing theme that we talk all the time about IRONSCALES and how simple it is to implement, simple it is to use. The teams are absolutely loving it because it's saving time. It's making it much more efficient, and at a less of a cost or the same cost, they're getting a better solution. So this health check works really well. What I also wanted to highlight is when we roll this tool out, we talk about it being simple. We'll book a 30-minute call to be able to book it in. It takes us 5 minutes to implement this tool, and we spend the next 25 minutes chit-chatting and amazing how fast this has implemented. So it's not just taking our word; it is actually that easy to use. So it's an amazing piece right here for you to be able to present out and make the sales story a data-centric, data-driven decision right there from a health check. So thank you very much, everybody, and that's my perspective. Jenna.
Thank you, Derek. Appreciate that. Ori, do we have you back?
We should?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, Ori. Really excited to be here presenting new features and capabilities we're going to add to the roadmap. I'm Ori, leading the product for partners and MSPs. The first feature then we're going to talk about, it's the new advanced account takeover. The account takeover are one of the most scariest things that can happen to a customer. We invested a lot of resource in these new features and improvement to our existing ATO. What we have new alerts that include new full investigation capabilities for your SOC team to dive into each one of these alerts and get more information about why we are alerting and additional context of it. What we gonna alert? We're gonna alert about new device, new geographical location, and atypical hours. We have a whole improved UI for this. How we're doing it, we're not relying only on Microsoft alerts, we're building our baselines. So we take 90 days of historical baselines of each one of the users based on their logins, email sending volume, and working hours, and building this to create true patterns comparisons between what's happening and what is the normal user login patterns. Additionally, we added a new remediation option. So it's not just to log them out of the system. We can disable this compromised user entirely directly from IRONSCALES. This is currently in production. Each one of the customers that already have ATO has all these capabilities, and you can see that in our dashboard. Next, please. Another very exciting news, and one that our partner community has been asked for a long time, is the new Canada data center. This is going to be ready by end of month. Why it matters? Because it removes a lot of compliance blockers that current partners have with customers in Canada. They have different regulation, both public and specifically to some industries that couldn't be in the previously data centers that we had, and now by adding this, you can expand to the Canadian data market with the same detection and protection that we had before. This is, as I said, will be fully available by end of month, but you can already ask to be added in production with your partner accounts. Next, please. And to my favorite, personal favorite, email encryption. This is a native email encryption product of IRONSCALES. We're building that from scratch. We're doing that with our top of technology. What we're building a low effort email encryption. What it means that your customers, their users can encrypt with a single keyword or with an add-on to their Outlook. The recipients of that email, of that encrypted email, they don't need any registration. They have a simple 2 clicks OTP process where once it's done and once we approve them to see the email, they can log in to our portal, see the email, read the email, download the attachment, and reply from the inside. In addition to that, we're adding DLP triggers that are policy-based ones, based on different policies that we run on top of subject, body, and attachment to detect these different emails that go outside of the organization, but were not tagged before as to be encrypted. So we do it for that companies. This is truly secure, both in transit and at rest, delivered, as I said, via a secure portal, all IRONSCALES. This product we will be launching it during next Q, and as I said, I'm really excited about it. Thank you, and back to you, Jen.
Thanks so much, Ori. Super excited about the product developments from the whole product team. So thanks to all 3 of you for joining and sharing the new features. Appreciate it. I'm sure our partners are excited. Derek, I'll turn it over to you for our post-webinar actions and to close us out here.
Yeah, most definitely. Just wanted to say thank you very much for everybody for joining. I wanted to invite everybody for the upcoming events that we've got coming forward. We will share this slide deck, and there's a link of what's happening. We've got RSA in the US and multiple other events where we're out there. So please come and join us if you're out and about. That would be fantastic. If you'd like to learn more about IRONSCALES as well, we've got the product updates that come through, and there's a link there to some product support pages as well, which is really slick, so you'll be able to find that. And then most important, feel free to either reach out to myself or to Bree. Our email will be on this as well. We'll send this out in the slide. We'd be more than happy to get in touch with you. I know we're engaged with a lot of our partners already, but if you're new to the group as well, please reach out to us. We'd love to have a conversation. One of the key things that we really want to do, because we are causing a lot of trouble out in the marketplace and we're disrupting the market, is we want to deliver with a white glove service. So just reach out to us. We'd love to make sure that we win you over, and you can see how fantastic service will make us rise to the top. So thank you very much again, everybody. And please feel free to ask any questions. Thanks again. Thanks
to all of our presenters today. Mark your calendars. Our next partner pulse webinar is happening on May 14th, so mark your calendar for that. We like to deliver product updates every quarter, make sure that we give you collateral so that you guys can succeed. And again, feel free to reach out to our partner teams. Derek mentioned it, Bree or Derek, for anything that you possibly could need. We appreciate you joining. I will open it up to questions. Feel free to type those. I'll call on Audion to see if we have any questions we need to answer aloud. There are no questions.
There are no questions this time, but
Okay, sounds good.
Follow up with anybody on this slide right here.
Okay, awesome. We hope to see you all in May. Thanks again for joining. Thanks to our presenters. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.